Hello everyone, happy March and welcome to my channel. I hope you all are doing well and I really appreciate you tuning into my channel because today we're going to talk about something very special because it's March. I mean, it's the birthday season for us Pisceans and I thought it would be a great time to share this with you if you're trying to gift yourself something, if you're trying to gift it to a person who is a Piscean, or just, send knowledge in general. Never hurt nobody, so I thought I'd come out and make this video. So if you're interested to know what my top 5 fragrances have been over the last couple of years, or just like all time so far in life, please keep watching. So I think we're not getting into like the nitty-gritty details of the perfumes, but I'm just here, trying to share with you what my favorites have been so far. And I think I'm gonna start with number 5 and leading on to number 1. Number 1 being my absolute most favorite, so stay tuned for that. You're not gonna regret it. I can guarantee you that you're not gonna regret it. At number 5, we have Cool Water by David Off. So this is going to be like one of the most oldest in terms of release date. It's been like around forever now, and I'm sure you've had some kind of encounter with this scent at some point in your life. The reason why I like it is because it's so like airy, fresh. It's very summer appropriate. I remember using it to the beat until I started purchasing perfumes later on in life. So yeah, this was like one of my OGs like back in the day. So if you're into something like more bougie or something like more new, Giorgio Armani's Acqua di Gioia is very, very similar to it. I mean, when I tried it out, it hit the stores pretty recently, and when I tried it out, I was like, it smells very familiar. I haven't personally used it, so I can't talk about like the longevity of it, but other than that, it's like a great perfume and it's more expensive, but I wouldn't buy it because Cool Water is pretty much the same thing and more affordable. At number 4, we have Victor and Rolf Flower Bomb. Now this has been all over the internet and I'm sure like you've heard of it like a million times in your life. I actually got it as a gift. Now, some of the fragrances I won't be able to show you because I don't have them on me, but yeah, and also like I'm a student, so I'm always moving. I can't carry around bottles with me all the time, but this one I have on me, which I'm currently using. I like it because it's so floral and yet it's so sharp. I mean, the longevity is top-notch. It's so fresh and floral, and still it kind of makes a loud statement, and probably that's why it's so popular. And I'm actually so glad that I got to try it on. I didn't go about purchasing it. I don't know why for the longest time, but I'm so glad Nabila Hobby gifted it to me. I absolutely love it, and with this I think a little bit goes a long way. This can go with really dressier and casual outfits as well, and that's something I try to keep in mind. If I'm wearing something super casual, I don't try to overload it with the really heavy scented perfumes, and a lot of people actually do that. I, however, never mix my perfumes. It's just not me. I stick with one and try to use one perfume at a time. It's just a habit, but I actually was gifted this when I was using my perfume number 1, which is my current favorite, my absolute favorite. So if you want to know what my number 1 and my current absolute favorite is, it's all the way down the end of the video. But yeah, I've been using this and that interchangeably and absolutely loving it. But yeah, of course, I make sure I don't mix them because I know what's gonna happen. I feel like the world's gonna break if I mix my perfumes. It's just not me. At number 3, we have Versace's Bright Crystal. Now this was actually a gift to me, again another gift from my best friend, and it was for my birthday, I believe. So yeah, it actually made for a great birthday gift and I used it to the beat. I didn't, however, repurchase it. I think the only perfume I've repurchased is number 1. I feel like I'm building so much hype around number 1. Never mind. Number 3, Versace's Bright Crystal is one of my favorites because it's so fresh, it's so icy, and it's so feminine. and it's not sharp, not like Flower Bomb. It's not sharp. You know, like the nicest person in the room probably smells like Versace's Bright Crystal. Like that's what I feel like when I put this on. It's so like nighttime, yet like a brunch kind of a vibe. My recommendation would be, before purchasing any of these, it's up to you to go to the store and try them out, or maybe like get a sample after a couple of use. So yeah, I definitely not recommend purchasing any of these because they are kind of on the higher end of the price range. I don't have the bottle on me right now because as soon as I get through the bottles, I discard them. Like saving these bottles or just using them for like decorative purposes, like another hoarding habit I don't stand by. If I go through like a full bottle of perfume, they're getting tossed into the trash. Number 2, the next one is super fancy in terms of packaging. That's the only fragrance bottle I'd love to keep on me, mainly because it looks like a bag. On number 2, which is Marc Jacobs Decadence, and of course I was attracted to it the first second because it looks like a nice bag. It has a snakeskin flap-like top with a metal chain, and it's just so luxurious. I think we're paying at least $50 for the packaging here, honestly. And to add to that, the fragrance itself is so luxurious. It's so sensual. It makes a statement. Once again, it's not sharp at all. It's such a dressy, fancy feeling scent. I mean, it's eau de parfum, so it stays on you for the longest time. I feel like it can survive at least one wash in the washing machine. The notes on Marc Jacobs Decadence is very different from what I've used previously, and I think that's why it was kind of like the breath of fresh air for me. But even other than that, it's very rich feeling. It just feels very luxurious, and I got through that and I was pretty sure that I was gonna repurchase it
until I came across my number 1 perfume.
Decadence is definitely on the higher end of the spectrum when it comes to pricing. I've got so many compliments on number 2 and number 1, which you're gonna find out in a little bit. I mean, it's definitely worth the splurge. My number 1 on this list is YSL Mon Paris, and I'm just so glad I have it on me right now. This is what the packaging looks like. Ta-da! This smells very rich, very luxurious. It makes you smell like, you know, the boss in the room, and I absolutely love that vibe. You know, that's the vibe I'm living for. It has a very fresh floral scent, not very sharp. The bottle itself is very heavy, so yeah, I get rid of the bottle every time I go through it. This is my second one. The first one was, I think, 50 ml. So it's very fruity and floral, and still it has that kind of depth to it, so you can definitely like wear this to a dressier setting. But I think if you're looking for something more formal and more even more sophisticated, I'd go for Marc Jacobs Decadence over this one. It was really hard for me to pick between this one and Marc Jacobs because they're both like my absolute favorite, but I thought the fact that I repurchased this and not Marc Jacobs kind of says something about my taste. So yeah, which is why this got the number 1 spot over that. So yeah. So those were my top 5 absolute favorite fragrances. I hope you enjoyed this video. I do post like a lot of things that I'm doing like throughout the day, or like in terms of like testing out products and stuff like that on my Instagram. So be sure to follow me there. It's a lot of fun. I post a lot of memes, so you'll never get bored. And if you found any value in this video, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!